This is Bruce for Ola Prime, taking a look at Bitcoin, the euro dollar, and the Nasdaq 100. Starting with Bitcoin. So we've been talking about a possibility of hitting this target up here for Bitcoin, but it did not do that. Instead, it broke down today from a bearish wedge that has found support so far around the 20-period moving average. But given this sharp drop that also came through the blue 200 moving average again, and is a test of following a test, I should say, of resistance at the top of this declining trend channel, therefore putting the trend in a position to continue to the downside. So if we take this pattern by itself, the potential for a bear wedge is all the way at the beginning of the wedge, which is way down here at 76,599. So we could say the target from the bear wedge is down there. But then we have this 61% retracement right here at 81,245 we got to keep an eye on. That happens to correlate with this interim swing low right here. And we have to watch the behavior of price along this trend line right here. So the question now is the decline in this channel going to be stronger than the rally in this larger channel? And that will help determine maybe how far it goes at this point. But I think from here, we got to anticipate further downside given any type of rallies, short-term rallies up into resistance, particularly the 200 moving average here at 85,675 currently. So the expectation is for continuation lower. That, of course, is going to happen unless we get a breakout above today's high of 87,490. Moving on to the euro dollar, starting with the daily chart. You can see that the daily chart, as we've been talking about, found support at the blue 200 moving average, close enough, and the 38% retracement, also close enough, and it is rallying off that level. It has retraced 50% so far of this decline and has the potential to go further. You can see we only have 1 day up. So at least there should be at least one more day, but whether that goes to a higher daily high and higher daily low remains to be seen. This puts us in a position to look for pullback, for potential entries for a continuation of the advance. Breaking this down on the 4-hour chart, we can see a little more detail. Oops, sorry. Let me just fix this. I've got this ABCD pattern drawn in here, and you can see that we found resistance around the 50 moving average after a brief break above it. So the 50 moving average is an area to watch, 1.0829 right now. And I think there's a good chance this ABCD pattern target gets hit eventually, 0853. That means we want to keep an eye on any type of pullback, specifically the 20 moving average area, 0796.97. for a continuation of this rally, or just leave it alone and let's see what happens next. But there is some higher targets here. In addition to this, it could also go to the 61.8% retracement, and the extended target for this ABCD pattern is up here at 0877. The 62% is at 0870. And then finally, we have an NDX, which if you trade these markets, you're probably pretty aware of what's going on. We have a clear breakdown of a bear flag pattern and a break back below the 20 moving average following a failed attempt to break above the 200 moving average. So the 200 is support, a breakdown, pulls back, tested as resistance, turns down, but not just turned down, accelerates the decline, breaking through a number of levels, and now is on target to break through this previous low, heading to lower targets, the first one being around 18,843, which is just an extended retracement of this advance right here. And then we also have this zone right here as a potential area of 18,465. This means that any type of intraday rallies or short-term rallies will probably be shorted by a lot of market participants. The breakdown zone was right here around 19,660, which could be resistance on the way up. The 50 moving average on the 2-hour chart is also correlated right around this line, so I'm going to pay a little attention to it, 19,716. And other than that, we'll have to keep an eye on how this evolves. All right, that is it for today, traders. Have a great weekend.